You know how it is when you're trying to move your WordPress website from one host to the next. You know that it can be frustrating, intimidating, and it can be a very daunting task, especially if you don't know what you're doing. You've tried going to different forums and asking questions, but the only thing you get out of there is some wise butt trying to make you feel like you're incompetent or you don't know what you're talking about. You've even tried going over to Facebook and asking your question there. Then 2 hours later you come back and you see 50 to 100 different comments responding to your question, and each one of them have a different answer for you. Now you're even more confused than you were before you even made the post. And then you got the WordPress.org website, or as a developer we like to call it the WordPress Codex. And on this site, if you're not a techie, then you'll be more confused than you ever were. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the steps that you need to take to help you safely move your WordPress website from one host to the next. So here are those steps. Step number 1, you want to download all your files from the hosting company that you're moving from. So you want to make sure you download all your files to your computer and save them somewhere to where you can find them easily later. The second thing you want to do is you want to export your database. Now when you export your database, you can either export it as an SQL file or you can export it as a zip file. I recommend exporting it as an SQL file because it'll be easier for you to use later. Step number 3. The third thing you need to do is on your new host that you're moving to, you need to create yourself a new database, because this database is what's going to hold all of your WordPress information that you had on the other hosting. Step number 4. This is where you're going to change information to one of your WordPress files, which is called the WP config file. Now, in this file, there are some things that you need to change. You need to change your database name, and that would be the database that you just created on your new hosting. And you need to change your database username. So that has to be unique as well. And then you have to change your database password. And once you have changed all that, you need to save that file because we're going to be using that later. Step number 5. Now that you've done all of the previous steps, this is when you're going to upload all of the files that you downloaded in the beginning. You're going to upload them to your new server. So it's a very simple process. It's not really hard if you just follow along and just do it that way. Now, if you have any questions on what I'm telling you today, then feel free to leave a comment below and ask me, or even share your own horror stories on what you encountered when you tried to move your WordPress website from one host to the next. Now, if you would like to see more step-by-step online WordPress training courses, then you can also let me know that. There's a link below this video in which you can click on and you can get on my list, and you'll be informed because we're going to be launching the membership site here shortly, coming April 30th. Okay, now when you do click on the link below, there's also going to be a free ebook that you can have handy, which is a great tool for you to have, because it's going to tell you why your website is not a sales machine and what you can do to fix it. And that's all I have. So just click on the link below, put in your name and email in the opt-in box that you'll see on the left hand side, and then I'll see you on the site.